The Avalanche Riders are in the board. I've got Acidic Slime in the main over Avalanche Riders. It's like not great, but it's fine. On the draw, if opponent's playing something terribly unfair, we're gonna die, but that's just how it goes. His hand is great against turn 1 Celestial Colonnade. Just wonderful. Harmonic Sliver is better in the terms of the effect that it provides, but it's worse in the context of... Which context am I thinking of? My body's ready to get logic knotted here. It's worse against a few things. Namichill! Welcome, welcome, welcome back. 23 months, almost to that that blood shard there. I do appreciate that. Long time. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. You playing just straight blue-white control? I mean, I don't mind playing against control. I think the control matchups with decks like this are a lot of fun. I also think they're a reasonable matchup for us. Path my thing, yep. I'd love to use Path to Exile's ability, thank you. As someone who wants to just like tutors on tutors on tutors, Glittering Wish appeals to me in that respect, but I don't know. I think Riders is more correct. 3D. Yeah, Riders is much better when your goal is blowing up lands. When your goal is not blowing up lands, though, Riders is much worse. Acidic Slime is the more flexible card. So if your local metagame, if you're guaranteed to play against a bunch of Tron, you should 10 out of 10 have Avalanche Riders in your deck. That's the better card for blowing up lands explicitly. It's not the better card in general, though. In general, I want the card that's going to be more consistent in my main deck and more flexible. So Acidic Slime lets me tag problem enchantments, artifacts in the same card that's blowing up lands. Sure, I would agree with that, Rabbit Goat. I think they're both good matchups for us, but I agree that Jeskai is probably harder. Stream Decker, yep. I don't really need that, right? Any tips? It's really just practice. I think all of these core decks are very good against the control decks. By very good, I mean you're like 60, maybe 65%. Nothing is a free, and this is why these decks aren't tier 1 decks in Modern. Nothing is a free win with these decks. Even your good matchups, you need to work for them. Please play a Jace. Please play a Jace. Please play a Jace. Rats. All right, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? Are we just jamming the Thragtusk? I don't think I want to Saheeli this. I think Saheeling this is a little aggressive. I think they're going to have to kill this either way, so I'm just going to keep pushing her up. Yep. It could get breached. Get all Saheeli to kill Saheeli, right? Truth. Or it's kind of sweet. Huh. No, we don't know any of the cards in their hand. We're just playing with, like, some information. This card gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is up to 8. I could chord for up to 5 here. I think we're gonna scry. I'm gonna crack him for 3. I'm gonna play a land and pass the turn. Fine to keep on my deck. So this is why, like, the people in chat that are talking about shoving the combo, this is one of the really things that's really subtle about this deck that makes it difficult to play. We're not just like jamming our combo and like hoping it works. The goal of this deck is to nickel and dime your opponent with our value creatures, and then at some point, eventually down the line, we combo them. That's the goal. The goal is the threat of the combo warps the way our opponent plays the game for it to be favorable for us. It's the threat of the combo that changes it. And like our combo pieces like Saheeli interact well with the other creatures that we have, so that way you are able to still use the cards while you draw them, but not actually jam the combo and then run into something else. I think we're supposed to chord for something here. I think I'm just supposed to get a Voice of Resurgence. Yes, it's like the old twin decks. That's exactly correct. Yeah, if you fall too far behind, like, my opponent's not pressuring us to do anything here. So there's no reason for me to, like, be aggressive, right? And, like, they could be playing the what's it called combo, right? They could be playing breach combo, and then, like, we might just die here. But, like, I don't think I'm supposed to play around that. Cobra doesn't do anything. We have tons of mana. Voice of Resurgence does stuff. Chord for Witness Get Tusked isn't bad. I don't hate that line. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Ooh, that should have been a what's it called, right? A green source. Oh, I was auto passing. Yeah, this should have fetched a green source there. I'm probably getting Snap Cryptic commanded here, right? Probably getting Snap Cryptic commanded here. This is a terrible matchup for Lantern Control. This smells like yeah, we could just Eldritch Evolution here, right? I don't hate that. They found a logic knot. Okay. So Saheeli doesn't do anything, unfortunately, here, because They just get to kill it with this. But if they kill it with this, they don't get to do this. Yeah, I'm just gonna crack this fetch and cast this Saheeli and get a scry here. Like, not exciting, but it makes my opponent use their mana next turn. I timed that person out for doing the typical Magic player thing of, this matchup's really easy when everything goes well for me and nothing goes well for my opponent. Yep, Magic is Sun Titan? Magic is in fact really easy when everything goes right for you and nothing goes right for your opponent. Can confirm. When you play your Graph Digger's Cage and then play your Ensnaring Bridge, I get it. Your deck's great. Probably dead. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. Just drew a couple too many lands this game. You need a couple more resources to work with, right? Like, ultimately we had how many spells? We had one of these we corded for, right? So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 6 spells and 20 cards that game. We gotta cut these Birds of Paradise, bring in this, bring in Unified Will and Godok Teague. Yeah, no problem, Feline. Happy New Year. Have a ban. Have a ban for telling me we wouldn't have flooded if we'd have thinned our deck, which is statistically irrelevant. Meddling Mage isn't very good. I like trimming a couple of Eldritch Revolutions against these removal heavy decks that also have counter spells. Yep. Yeah, like fetches have value in our deck. Like, again, that's one of those little things that players that aren't playing well are going to mess up. Your fetches have value not only with your Lotus Cobras, but also with your Renegade Ralliers and making sure that you have the ability to trigger Revolt consistently. Yeah, I think Sigard is fine. The thinning is statistically insignificant, and there's a very real downside to using your fetch lands. I mean, we have Cobras, and we have these to trigger Revolts. Hey, Russell Wilson 422 with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. I'm just bored with Standard. I think the energy decks in Standard create what I would consider good games of Magic. Like, there's a lot of back and forth. The games are fairly interactive. I just don't enjoy playing. Like, I play Standard because the format's supposed to rotate and change. And like, with energy being the best deck for as long as it's been the best deck, it's not rotating and changing. So like, the one really big appeal to Standard, it just doesn't exist right now. I don't really have a modern deck of choice. I like this deck. I don't know if it's good or not. If this deck is good, probably. Yeah, I agree. I think Energy is probably going to be the best deck until it rotates in October, which means we'll play Standard in October. This deck's best matchups are people who mulligan to 4. And your worst matchups are people that keep 7 while playing reasonable modern decks. Yeah, I'm not sure, Caveman. I want to try it. Harmonic Sliver might be too cute. Honestly, I think the second point of power and Reclamation Sage might be more relevant than anything. Yeah, I'm in for a Lotus Cobra. Thoughts on Mono Green Belcher and Modern? I mean, like, it's a garbage tier random, like, gimmick deck, so this is what it is. Karn Father will reset Standard. Gosh, I hope that's the truth. We have to offer our kingdom for Sun Titan. That's true. Believe it or not, Battle of Writs makes Magic Online lag really badly. Speaking of, almost 2 gigs of RAM used. Or a little Lotus Cobra, you're not long for this world. Ooh, we're just opting to see a card. Deal. I mean, the existing Karn Liberated didn't really see competitive play in Standard. My Cobra's all alone, there's no one here beside him. Voice of Resurgence. Huh, interesting. Okay, so kind of punished for not having played this last turn. I think I want to just stick the Voice while it's guaranteed to resolve here. My opponent will need to path this, so they won't be able to play their counter spells, which is good for us. I think the card that's banned is better than the card that's not banned. Yeah, that's probably true. I know the modern ban list is like super inconsistent. We make fun of that pretty regularly here, but yeah, I think it's probably safe to say that Pod is better than Eldritch Evolution. Am I cracking this fetch land? I think I'm cracking this fetch land. Grab another blue source here. No, I guess I'll get a third green source. Does that do anything? Am I in the market for this? I feel like I might be in the market for this. This is probably better than a random, right? I feel like I'm actually not in the market for that. It's like, don't have any creatures, right? That's why we board 2 of them out in a matchup like this. Yep. It's a pretty good draw. Disdainful Stroke. Okay. We're gonna hold this fetch land for Rallier at this point. Yeah, I think that's what I'll take in the bank. Hey, Justin Mack with the 21-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Long time. Avalanche Riders. Yeah, that's fine. We're probably shuffling that away. Probably shuffling that away. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass here. Accord in response to this here. Play around to Dispel. Renegade Rallier. Renegade Rallier, get back Voice of Resurgence. I guess I could get back Flooded Strand. How do you feel about getting back Flooded Strand? Probably better to get back Flooded Strand here. This board's like kind of encouraging my opponent to tap out. Like next turn, I can go crack my fetch land. Oh, that's a really good draw. That's a really good draw. They got Kozilek's Return. That means they can play that, plus hold up a counter for Sun Titan. Sucks. Yeah, we could burgle, but I kind of wanted to guarantee my 6th land. This is unfortunate. So, Titan, my old friend. I think that's good enough. I think Storm is one of the decks that makes Modern miserable to play. I would ban Grape Shot. I think the people that will look at you with a straight face and tell you that Splinter Twin and Birthing Pot are too good for Modern, but Storm is fine. I just want to like smack them. It's like, seriously, like, come on now. Let's have real talk here. Great, get Cryptic commanded. Games like this make me wonder, Burgle, if we're not supposed to have 4 Saheelis in our deck. Maybe that's too many. We have like Oath of Nissa to find them. Maybe it's just supposed to be 3. Makes me wonder. One of these could be that Tireless Tracker. I think Dahlia's Lancer is probably too clunky. I don't know that I want more Planeswalkers. Like, I'm thinking of slots for, like, Phantasmal Image or Tireless Tracker. Yeah, I could see maybe we're supposed to board some Saheeli out in these removal heavy matchups. I could see that being the case. You can also make an argument that, like, getting this Flooded Strand back with that Rallier was wrong. I'd have a voice token in play right now, which should actually be an okay amount of pressure. I mean, Saheeli's just like, if Saheeli's only a combo card, we probably shouldn't be playing 4 of her. Saheeli's like theoretically good because she does stuff other than combo kill. No, we're not playing any Tireless Trackers right now. There's a deck list button on your screen if you want to help yourself by clicking on that. I mean, it's a Magic card. I just felt like they had to have something like click to really punish us, right? Because like they had to be able to clean those two guys up on our board and deal with the Sun Titan out of our hand, so they had to have click or counterspell plus sweeper, and they had sweeper plus click. I don't know. I feel like putting them in the spot to make them have those things wasn't terrible. Yeah, I had someone comment that I should be less negative to people in chat, and I agree with that. Negativity on streams, like, not stellar, so instead of just, like, ranting on people that post stupid things in chat, I'm just gonna ban them. It's much easier that way. And, like, when you click into the thing, and we talk about what we're gonna do, it says we don't warn, we ban, so, you know, it's not like they weren't warned. Yeah, we're just about dead. So a little clunkiness there. Couple too many lands in the first game, too many Saheelis in the second game. There were a couple small percentage plays we could have swung in different directions, but I think I'm okay with them. The big one was the Rallier getting back the fetch land as opposed to the Voice of Resurgence. I'm not sure that the Elemental token would have ultimately ended up mattering. They were kind of low, so maybe it would have chipped them out. They also ended up having a Staticaster, so like maybe the Staticaster just like kills it and doesn't care. What a great Hearthstone hand. It's fine. It's a little clunky that we have to get green with our fetch land and then don't have a fetch for the Rallier on too, though. Oath of Nissa on top. Am I on the draw? I'm on the draw. I think I want this. I don't know. I've only played 2 games with the cards. Probably humans. I think Unified Will is great. Usually pretty happy with that card. That's probably okay against humans. Quick Thragdad would be great. For true professional, we'll rip a fetch land here. Not humans. Some kind of Abzan fair deck. Oh, Collected Company. Okay. Probably dead. I don't really have a lot of tools for this type of matchup in my deck right now. My body is ready to get turn 3'd. Decks like what my opponent's playing aren't particularly popular, so like we're not playing a Linvala, Keeper of Silence. I like didn't even get one when we were like getting all the cards that we might play today, because I don't think Linvala is particularly good. I think the Acidic Slime's good. I think there's enough big mana decks in the format right now that you want a way to Stone Rain people in the main deck. Be graduating with a degree in mathematics about a year and a half. Any tips or recommendations on what to do after graduation? No, not really. I mean, like, I'm a bad person to ask for job advice for, right? Like, I play video games for strangers on the internet. Evolutioning for Reflector Mage. I feel like going and getting Reflector Mage here is like playing scared. I feel like I'd much rather just like advance my board and hope my opponent doesn't have it rather than like trying to like play behind. Yeah, I agree. I find it pretty comical that like we ban Splinter Twin, but the other degenerate things that exist in this format are allowed to exist. You know, it is what it is. WotC does with the ban list as they will. I don't think Kitchen Finks is particularly good. Oh no, don't causally pride mage my oath of Nissa. Please, no. Anything but that. Are they dead? No, they're not quite dead, right? They aren't quite dead yet. They're close though. They're real close. They're dead. They're dead next turn. We don't have enough mana. Yeah, we need a 2-drop. You'll need to try linking and unlinking if it hasn't happened yet. You can't evolution a bird into a Felidar Guardian Twitch chat. You can't evolution a bird into a Felidar Guardian Twitch chat. I know you're trying. I know it's like early on a Sunday morning for some of you, but you can do better, I promise. I promise you you can do better. That was the best part about playing Summoner's Pact, when people were like, Summoner's Pact for this Felidar Guardian, Summoner's Pact for the Felidar Guardians. Like, oh god, Twitch chat, why? Blink the pod. Why aren't you blinking the pod? I don't understand. If we plus the Saheeli, there's still lines that end up having it dead. I don't actually mind trading Renegade Rallier for Duskwatch Recruiter here, and they like get to eat the Saheeli. I think that's fine. If we rip a land next turn, we can go Thragtusk into Sun Titan back the Saheeli. There could be merit to just holding it there too. I could have also have gone like played the Renegade Rallier and then evoed the Renegade Rallier into the Felidar Guardian and blinked the Oath of Nissa last turn. Maybe that setup's a little bit better, a little bit more conservative. Alright, sweet. We're just dead anyways. God bless. God bless us, everyone. Alright, how much do I value my time? Okay, I'm gonna say pretty highly. Alright. Splinter Twin's too good for modern people. It's too good. Splinter Twin is too strong. Can't allow you to play Splinter Twin. Alright, so Teague's actually great in this matchup, right? They have Chords and companies. Slime doesn't do much. Frag's probably okay. Meddling Mage is probably okay. This is probably okay. Probably don't mind boarding one of my own Chords out since I'm boarding 2 Teagues in. I don't think this is a unified will matchup. For the sake of competitive diversity. Yeah, Staticaster's good, right? Kills one of their combo pieces. And if we don't read T carefully... I don't think Eidolon's very good in this matchup. Thragtusk isn't good enough. No, Unified Will is bad in matchups like this. You want Unified Will in matches where your opponent's going to have little to no creatures. You don't want to draw it in matches like this where they're creature mirrors. Nah, I like that Sun Titan's a combo piece. I think Sun Titan's fine. Maybe I want a way to gain a little bit of health. I could see that argument for Thragtusk. And I think Sun Titan's great. My opponent can't interact with my Lotus Cobra, so I think we get to Sun Titan plenty of time. If I wasn't streaming, I'm gonna be honest, I would probably have hit F6 and like gone and gotten something for lunch and like come back down later when they were done comboing 5 minutes later. But because we're streaming and like we want to play as many games as possible with this deck on stream, I'm just not gonna make them click through their combo there. Like my opponents played the rest of the match very quickly. If my opponent was like down 2 or 3 minutes on clock when they hit their combo there, I might have made them click through it on stream, but I'm realistic about my clock equity. If the clock's not likely to matter, we'll just run with it. If I really wanted to win in this matchup, we would have a Linvala Keeper of Silence in my 75, but I don't know that this Abzan Company deck is popular enough that it's worth dedicating a slot to, because this is basically the only deck in the format I want Linvala against. I guess Linvala is okay against Griselbrand as well. I don't think Gavany Township's upside is worth the downside of drawing a colorless land in my Voice of Resurgence deck. That's fine, right? Exciting, but fine. It's okay versus Affinity. I don't know I'd use the word solid. Like the 3/4 flyer's okay, I guess. What do I want to do with this Meddling Mage? My gut says I just want to name Devoted Druid, right? I think I want to just name Devoted Druid. Stomping Ground does not let me cast Meddling Mage. So I gotta get Temple Garden here. Yeah, there's like a bunch of shit tier decks that like Linval is fine against. But I think like most of those shit tier decks, like we have good matchups against. Like a lot of those decks people just named, I think this deck lines up well against them. I think this is the hardest matchup. This is the only matchup that I look at it and go, yeah, this matchup's kind of hard. I wish I had a Linvala here. Would you like my Staticaster or my Snapcaster Mage for my Staticaster? And again, remember, even though this gives my opponent information about what I drew for the turn, I would much rather save this fetch land for a potential Revolt trigger or a Lotus Cobra trigger down the line. No, I think when I thought I was going to get to play the Staticaster out, like the goal was going to be I was going to get to kill this Noble Hierarch before Collected Company was relevant. But now obviously they're going to get to do stuff here. It's not a free attack. I'd have to take 1 point of damage on the backswing from this this Noble Hierarch potentially. If I knew I wasn't going to get to play Staticaster last turn, naming Collected Company might have been better, but I have no idea. I haven't played As Foretold Living End, so I don't really have an educated or informed opinion on it. I'm just playing this Oath of Nissa. feel like I'm playing this Oath of Nissa. Maybe I should have played the Oath before playing my fetch land. Alright, that's a Rallier. Probably... It's actually not very good, right? Would I rather just have Voice here? The main reason behind keeping Pod banned is the same reason we keep Splinter Twin banned. The modern ban list is inconsistent and sporadic at best. Let this resolve before we Staticaster. That's not how Magic works. I could Chord for 2 and hope they don't cast Collected Company in response to the Chord for 2, but I think that's pretty unlikely because they could expect Voice of Resurgence to come off of the pod. I think now that they're doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and Chord for Teague right now. That way they can't recast this next turn. I think because Voice of Resurgence is a card, Chording for 2 is not worthwhile there in response. It probably something like that, America. I'm unsure. You'd want to contact Discord support or Twitch. That's all integrated on their part. That's nothing to do with me. So I can't really control that. It's all automated. Yep. Scaveny Township is gonna try and run us out of town here. Fetch land's decent. It's getting us closer to the Sun Titan here. No, Eidolon of Rhetoric is very bad in this matchup. I think a good magic... I think taking a line of play, hoping that my opponent is a shit Magic player, is a bad line. I think you just shouldn't do that unless it's your only out in a particular situation. You shouldn't go, okay, my out here is I could make this cute line, and if my opponent's really bad at Magic, it ends up good for me. Like, I think because Voice of Resurgence is a card that exists in these decks, I think that means my opponent would want to company in response to me. My opponent would very likely want to company in response to me doing, they're getting Thoughtseize back here. That's gross. That's gross. All right, so we're just like Staticastering here in response. Or am I like hoping they take the Staticaster and I get to keep my Titan? I hope they take the Staticaster and I get to keep my Titan. This will hope to induce a mistake. We're 10 out of 10 losing the Titan here. Yep. Not in a good spot here. Scaveny Township just going to give us the business. Oh my god, that kills our Eternal Witness too. God, I'm dumb. Man, I'm dumb. Alright, well, we tried, chat. This is not templated like cards from this year. That is true. Their Witness is technically better than ours. It's going to get bigger from this township anyways, right? Yep. Hey, Deckard Blade with the 499 month sub. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. So, Burgle, this is the type of matchup where, like, Glorybringer would just, like, be the stones, right? Like, how nuts would Glorybringer be here? Like, opponent could never win the game. Sun Titan? Sun Titan? Sun Titan? You can read all about why there's only one Saheeli in this article here. I wrote down all of my thoughts. So when people ask questions like, why is there only one of the bad card? You can know why it's bad. No, I don't stream the challenge events. Instead of playing the Legacy Challenge today, I'm streaming instead. The challenge events, I have too high of an entry fee for me to be willing to stream them. So I don't mind streaming Magic Online Leagues because if we get ghosted in these, other people are paying for them. They don't take a lot of time. But if I'm paying a $25 entry fee and like devoting enough time to play like a Swiss plus whatever, like I feel bad when I get ghosted. Yes, next time would be an okay top deck. Yeah, but I feel like these matchups come down to like these non-linear games a lot of the time, Burgle. Like there's a lot of very non-linear games. Streaming with the delay is not good content, and I don't want to produce bad content. Is basically the TLDR of that. God, Rallier back my Oath of Nissa just gets me so hot and bothered. It's so good. There are a lot of things you can do to prevent ghosting. The problem again is that they make for bad content. And my goal when I stream is to produce good Magic content. So like I don't want to produce bad Magic content is basically the TLDR. What am I throwing back in their hand? Is it just like this Noble Hierarch? I think it's just this Noble Hierarch. Gives me one more thing I can static caster later. Yeah, that's actually a very good comparison. I like that comparison a lot. I think a big draw of like Twitch is also like another part of the thing too is that I'm not a very good Magic player. I'm like slightly above average, but I'm like not stellar. People that have never streamed before, like when people give people who are streaming crap for like making mistakes, I play probably somewhere between, I don't know, let's make up numbers, between 20 and 50% worse than I play off stream, because like when you're reading chat, and even when you take the chat completely out of the equation, like let's say I was just making a YouTube video, talking about the things that I'm doing while I do them makes me play Magic much worse than when I'm able to just like compartmentalize my thoughts in my head on my own. All right, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Is it just... It's just hope to hit Saheeli and kill them, right? The line? 3 looks at a Saheeli to kill them? Tilt. That being said, this leaving play and coming back does trigger revolt. So let's do that. Man, remember we were talking about cutting a Saheeli? There's still 4 in my deck, right? We already ralliered this back. We did this. So we've Oath of Nissa triggered like 12 times this game. I could have double static castered. We have Meddling Mage on Devoted Druid, so I'm not really worried about them comboing. I can ping birds to rally your Oath. You're not wrong. That's actually a good line. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, I agree. I think if I was to ever try and produce content from the challenge events, I would want to do it by recording it for YouTube after the fact. I don't think I would want to do it live. All right. I mean, that's a fetch land. This gives me looks for a Saheeli here. It triggers Revolt for this, which gets me back my Oath of Nissa, so we get another Oath of Nissa trigger. It's unfortunate that I had to shuffle all those non-Saheeli cards back into my deck to do that. Honestly, maybe I was better off killing my bird there, to not shuffle the non-Saheeli cards back into my deck. Yeah, maybe that was wrong. I didn't think about that. We'd like Saheeli'd enough times that was probably a worthwhile consideration. That being said, there are also 4 Saheelis and like however many cards we have here, right? Like there are not that many cards in my deck. There's 33 cards left. Magic Online has a bug, and I know that's going to surprise people that there's a bug in Magic Online. Magic Online is bugged, so cards that let you name cards like Meddling Mage, Pithing Needle, Phyrexian Evoker, like magic cards that are just like in every deck, you just those cards break the replay. Yeah, maybe I could start chipping with one of the voices. Shipping with one of the voices might not be terrible now that I have a second. Saheeli? Saheeli? All right, we have a 12-12. Your move, opponent. Opponent gets a redraw out their Horizon Canopy. I hope their hand is just like a bunch of collected companies and Court of Callings, and Teague's just hanging out here like, nope. Nope. Thanks everyone for hanging out here today. Happy New Year to everyone wherever you're at in the world. There's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching, but you're choosing to spend your time here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. We're hanging out playing some Magic the Gathering online this morning. If you're enjoying what you see, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see and help support my content past that, the best way you can do that is by subscribing on Twitch. That's not a Saheeli. I'm just going to hold that for now. We have the Lotus Cobra to make mana with it later. Do I just start attacking with this? Am I okay trading this for 2 of their things? Yeah, I think so. Oh, their Finks just comes back forever, right? Because of the Vizier? Yeah, that's dumb. I guess I reset the counters on it. It's like it's not strictly terrible. And now we're at a point where like I conceded game 1 without making them click through their combo. I probably should have made them click through their combo. If we were up plus 4 minutes on the clock right now, I'd be very grateful. I'm actually down on clock, which is pretty rare for me. Having a large blocker is not terrible. Yeah, I think Fauna Shaman's too clunky. I mean, like, you're just looking at this game where, like, we Oath of Nissa 12 times this game. In reality, like, 6 times, and, like, haven't found a Saheeli, right? Like, it is what it is. Yeah, the township is definitely good for our opponent. I don't want to kill their bird in response because I don't want to kill my birds. Yeah, we could start attacking with this other voice and get a second token, I guess. That doesn't seem terrible. Oh, they can start attacking me with their bird now? I guess that's fair. Yeah, that's true. I guess I didn't think about that. What's going on, Bob? Happy New Year. Yeah, I probably should have offered up my birds to kill theirs. We are gonna die to this bird, I agree. Mistakes were made. Should have given up my birds to kill theirs. Yeah, right? Yep. What does that do? Sun Titan gets back Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness gets back Felidar Guardian. Felidar Guardian blinks Sun Titan, gets back Oath of Nissa. Oath of Nissa finds Saheeli and kills them. Hopefully. For fuck's sake. And this is why, like, I'm not really sure I want a Linvala in our deck, because like look at this game, right? Like, how I feel like we could have killed our opponent a few different times if we were just like slightly more fortunate this game, right? Like, how unfortunate have we been to like not find a Saheeli? It's time to check the sideboard, right? Nope, yep, none of them in there. That's what I'm saying. For the low price of $4.99, you will never be banned in my chat. Am I throwing my Sun Titan away next turn to use this Oath of Nissa? I think I am. Hey, Joe, with the brand new sub. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Welcome. How are we dead on board? How are we dead on board? And someone, like, that's like the second person to say dead on board. Can anyone who's saying we're dead on board, like, use your words like an adult and tell me how I'm dead on board? I'm at 7. This is attacking us for 5 next turn. Holy dicks. Holy God. Yeah, I mean, this is all house money, right? Was asking, not saying. Well, I mean, don't say, are we dead on board? Say, we're dead on board because I have a Staticaster. It's fine. We're not dead to the bird, the second bird. Oh, were we saying, are they dead on board? I don't actually know. I probably should be trying to figure that out. There are 23 cards in our deck. We have triggered Oath of Nissa a double-digit number of times this game. Are you sure there's Saheeli? I know, right? I almost feel like I need to crack this fetch just to, like, figure that out, right? Math is for blockers, right? That's true. That is one of our mottos around here. No, this is the second game. We got comboed in the first game. Why do we concede? Why do we concede? I don't understand. Could someone tell me why I'm supposed to concede? I have a bird in here somewhere, right? I have a bird in here somewhere. We can deal infinite damage. We can deal infinite damage. Tumos with the 28-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate it. All right. We can't win this turn anymore, though. We can't win this turn because we have to break up their combo, right? We have to take Kitchen Finks or Viscera Seer off the table. Yeah, I think we're just... So the problem is, opponent has an Eternal Witness in their hand. So, like, they just sack the Viscerous here if we go to Reflector Mage it. Is part of the problem. So I think what we're actually supposed to do here is we're supposed to... target this Eternal Witness. Get back the Sun Titan for now. And I can play this, which gives me enough mana. I think we're gonna run out of clock. Probably just gonna run out of clock here. We could probably maneuver out of this game if we had infinite time, but I'm pretty sure we just don't have enough time to get through it is the problem. I think I just get this Birds of Paradise back at this point. The problem is they get to scry their favorite card to the top of their deck now. We hit the Saheeli one turn too late is basically what happened. We don't have the win on board. So for those that aren't familiar with my opponent's deck, they have Viscerous Seer plus Vizier plus Kitchen Finks, which generates infinite health. Yeah, if they have a red cap, they can kill us. I think a lot of these lists don't play red cap, though. Yeah. Yeah, we had like, what? We had like a dozen looks to find the Saheeli. And I think the one mistake, again, when you're playing Magic, you want to like look at the things you can control. We had a turn where, hey, do one vintage cube. I don't play cube. Never cube. I will add Green Black Tron to the donation list. Thank you for the donation, Leclerc. So one of the things that you want to look at is like the things you could control this game. And I think we had a decision at one point where we cracked a fetch land so we could rally her back an Oath after having Oathed many times. And the fact that I could have Static Castered my Birds to trigger Revolt that turn, as opposed to cracking this fetch land and shuffling like 10 non-Saheeli cards back into my deck. I think that was the mistake that I could have done differently this game. I think the big mistake I made this game was cracking that fetch land as opposed to killing my birds when we played like the second or third Renegade Rallier to get this Oath of Nissa back, because we like had like 8 or maybe even 10 cards at the bottom of my deck that we knew weren't Saheeli, and then I shuffled those back in before I Oath of Nissa. The Emrakul on this deck is Magic Online being quality software. For those that keep asking, the flashes of Emrakul, that's just something Magic Online started doing recently. Happy birthday, Leclerc. And my dead opponent, and again, I kind of feel bad. Like I mentioned earlier, like I conceded game 1, not making them click through their combo because we were streaming. And like, if they were down 4 minutes on their clock right now, we could probably win this match on time. I think I have Acidic Slime in my deck, don't I? Did I board that out? I did board Slide them out. I mean, this matchup isn't about... This game isn't about Acidic Slime, right? This game right now, turn off. This game is about, this game is about comboing my opponent or not comboing my opponent. Alright, so I'm gonna Static Caster, put this Eternal Witness in my discard pile, so I can get it back again. Another land, because that's what we needed. How do we Reflector Mage their bird? Oh, last turn Reflector Maging their bird? Yeah, that was probably better. It's probably better. Yeah, I just feel like we can't win this game with the clock that I have. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on. I think we could have won this on clock if I'd have made them click through the first game. And I think if I had infinite time, we could probably wiggle our way out of this based depending on what tools they have access to, but we're just not gonna have enough time to do it in 4 minutes. Think Magic Online needs a restart? Yeah, let's do it quick. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Check out the sponsors. I appreciate all the new subs we've had today. Y'all are the reason I'm able to do what I do as often as I do, so I appreciate you all. Thanks everyone for joining us. I know you can spend your holiday anywhere and you're choosing to spend it here with us while I play some Modern Magic the Gathering. Remember, hit that follow button or consider subscribing if you enjoy what you see. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hogan PayPal at checkout, then you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using promo code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, sleeves. They really do it all. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artwork that they have on their website. And finally, SpareDeck.com, they offer kind of a unique service. They will rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck. Their service is great for someone who plays mostly online, or if you change decks pretty often, it's more convenient to rent than buy and resell and stuff like that. If you want to try out this deck, great option. Rent it for a weekend or a month and get a feel for it. Give out some tips for new streamers. Make a schedule and be consistent. Make sure people can know where you are X amount of days of the week and then stick to it. It's very important. I know that streaming's like kind of a flexible, you can do it from at home job, but you want to make sure that people are able to build their following and build you into their schedule. You want to make it convenient to access you as a streamer. And ultimately, I think the most important thing is that, like, especially if you're streaming a game like Magic, like there's some site that tells you like where you rank in the games that you stream. I think I'm like top 10 for Magic streamers. We're like moderately successful here, right? Like this is still less money than if I just worked a full-time job with my degree, right? So like ultimately you should be streaming because you enjoy doing it, and if it happens to derive you some income afterwards, that's a bonus. It's not the goal. I think if you go into streaming with the goal of like, I need to make this my job, I need to make money at this, you're gonna, 1, be miserable, and 2, probably not be very successful at it. I don't play Magic anymore, so I watched bits ads during your plug, and holy shit, they gave me 50. Thank you very much for the bits, I appreciate it. I'm gonna mulligan this Hearthstone hand here, just no resources, into another Hearthstone hand. I mean, this 5 is very reasonable. One of the things that really makes you appreciate Hex is how little you mulligan, like just not having to play these non-games where you just mulligan a bunch. Not looking for another land at this point. On the draw here, I'd like to pick up like a Renegade Railier. It'd be great. Maybe. It depends on what cards they had access to. We can't know if our opponent had a set or not there. This is our first league with Saheeli. Not going particularly well. I feel like we had a little bit of bad beats, but it's gonna happen. We 5-0'd the last 2 leagues, but we definitely ran a little bit hot to do that, right? Well, this Cobra's a great draw. We'll have a lot of mana next turn. We do not have Static Caster in our main deck. We actually don't really have many bullets for beating Affinity in our main deck. It's possible I should have fetched a basic there. Possible I should have fetched a basic there. Well, that's a great draw. Let's play this. This, always, yes, always yield. Get to do this. Correct this fetch land. Rallier back into play. 5-drop do I want? I just get Thragtusk, is that good enough? Probably just Thragtusk, right? I can also just like play this and wait and see what we find. I think I'd rather just do this actually. So like hold this fetch line for next turn. I don't know. It might be one too many Saheelis. I'm unsure. One, two, three. Voice is actually pretty good here, right? Voice usually isn't very good in this matchup, but their attackers are on the ground this game. Like a white mana with this Cobra. Cast Voice. We can turn this into a Guardian next turn. We can turn this into a Thragtusk next turn. I think I like waiting on the evolution, like getting more information off of this. Steel Overseer, yep. Yeah, it's a decent 5-card end. It's not. Evolution is only +2. So I want to just push for the combo here. I don't have a Rex Sage in the main. I don't have. I could Reflector Mage this, but that doesn't seem very appealing. We could get Acidic Slime. We have Acidic Slime, but like, is Acidic Slime winning me this game? I feel like Acidic Slime is not actually winning me this game, right? I feel like I just want to get Felidar Guardian and blink this Oath of Nissa. Do we hate that? I think I want to just get. I think I want to just do that, right? I guess I could attack with the voice first. This is a free 2 points of damage. I think I'm gonna sack this and go get. Yeah, I think I like going for the combo too. Also, like, even if we don't successfully combo, this like gives us a 5/5 in play. It's kind of nice. No, Felidar Guardian bleeds permanence. That's why it combos with Saheeli. That's why the card's great. And by great, I mean passable. I could blink Rally or get back voice, but I think I'd rather just try and kill them. Sure, we're just gonna get a land here and be really sad. Alright, that's a Renegade Rallier, sure. 4 sets. Yeah, Felidar Guardian would be a much worse Restoration Angel. It would only hit creatures. The basis of this deck just wouldn't do anything. Yep. Thankfully, we have these birds to chump block the signal pest with the plating on it. Saheeli? Eldritch Evolution. Eldritch Evolution. What does that do for me? Do I get slime? Can't I just kill them? Can I just kill them? What if I attack with these three and then turn this into a Sun Titan? Can I just do that? Just like beat them down? I think I want to just beat them down, right? Like we tried for the combo, we failed. Just like attack with these. Like I can chump block this for 2 turns. Like this is a 6/6, so I'm gonna get another 6/6. And this is why I really like this deck, is because like the fact that our mana creatures are like 3/2s and 2/1s just like gives us this really good backup plan. I don't have a Static Caster in my main deck, otherwise we would have gotten that to start. No, I was gonna say I could get a land and then play this Rallier and get back the voice, but I actually need these birds to jump block this signal pest, right? I mean, Thalia's Lancers wouldn't have let us combo that turn, right? It would have let us combo the following turn. We don't play Gavany Township because I don't want a colorless land in my Birds of Paradise deck. That's annoying. Okay. It's bigger than my dorks. Oh, you're right. I do have Lotus Cobra. Huh. Word of Calling. Man, what does that do? If that doesn't win us the game, nothing does, right? The Reflector Mage lethal? Reflector Mage is like just shy of lethal, right? Actually, so my punt coming back to get us. My punt's coming back to bite us. If I had this Reflector Mage in play, this Court of Calling would be lethal this turn, right? Because they'd have to go block, and then they'd take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that is lethal, right? Because we can attack. God, look at that. Rev Ann. Woo! Let's give it up to Rev Ann there for the finding the lethal line. That's fan-fucking-tastic. That is really good. Oh, also, Sun Titan gets a land back into play for us, right? Which gives us mana with Lotus Cobra. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, that's right. That's how Magic works, right? Because we're gonna kill this. And then these two, they block, and then these are exactly lethal. Yay! Twitch chat, we did it! We did it, Reddit! Yeah, Cord's an instant. This card's great. In fact, with Lotus Cobra and Sun Titan getting back on fetch land, we can actually get Acidic Slime, right? Actual chat lethal, right? And this is why I don't know if this deck is good, But this deck is fun. I play Magic, like, I love math, right? Like, I have a degree in mathematics, and, like, I like playing Magic to solve puzzles. And, like, this deck gives me really interesting puzzles to solve, right? It's like, okay, here's my tools. Are my tools able to dig us out of the situation that we're in? Burn and infect are, it's like kindergarten math, right? You're just like doing addition and subtraction. That's not puzzle solving, that's like doing addition and subtraction, which is like fine. Like, it's kind of interesting, I guess. Have you heard about the bird? I said a bird. Bird's the word. I said a bird. I feel a little bit bad because, like, I'd be kind of salty if my opponent tanked and then killed me, but, like, that was a hard line, okay? I play these decks a lot, and that was a hard line. Good major props, like, actually major props to chat, right? Like, that was fantastic. Like, good job sniffing that one out. All right, so those are all the cards I want. Those are the cards I want. Voice of Resurgence is pretty bad in this matchup. It was okay there, but, like, it's probably not the reason we won the game. Especially when we're bringing cards like Stony Silence and Kentucky. Probably trimming the second Sun Titan isn't unreasonable. I like the first one. How do we feel about this, chat? Chat is far smarter and thinner than I am today, obviously, so how do we feel about this sideboard plan, chat? Is there anything I am derping and not forgetting? I like that Saheeli can just combo kill my opponent, so I'm gonna leave the Saheeli's in. Also, like, Saheeling Harmonic Sliver is kind of like the nuts. Eidolon is terrible. Don't no. Eidolon is slow and bad. We need to double spell in the mid to late game much more than they do. We're not that salty at all today. We're 0-2 in this league. We're up a game in this match at least, but, like, we've played, like, quality games of Magic, right? Like, the match we lost to Jeskai, we had a lot of back and forth and there were a lot of decisions. I think we got a little bit unlucky to lose it, but, like, we had a lot of decision points in that match. And the match we lost to the Devoted Druid deck, there was a lot of back and forth in that one too. Hand has Stony Silence, instant keep, right? Just easy sneaper keeper, just draw 2 lands. We only have to draw 1 land, we have Oath of Nissa. Sneep. Bottom that. We have had a lot of Hearthstone hands today, haven't we? Opponent's gonna get to equip Cranial Plating before we get to put Stony Silence into play. Ooh, just a Vault Scourge. That's good for us. It's good for us. Fetch a basic forest, play this bird, preserve my health total. If you want to dodge Bleeding Equip, we're looking to dodge Master. I think Avalanche Riders is too clunky. think we have an acidic slime to clean that up just in case we were worried about that. Good lord. Oh god. God, just... Who's the explosive deck now, opponent? Whose deck does explosive things? It's someone when I posted about this deck was like, I cut a Lotus Cobra from the deck because I didn't like them. Don't cut Lotus Cobra. For the love of God, if you're going to make changes, don't make the change, cut Lotus Cobra. Don't cut the Lotus Cobras. Just, you know, do anything else. Close your eyes and cut other cards at randoms. Just not my baby snake. Not my snack. I don't know. Cobra seems pretty right. I don't know. It doesn't even do anything, right? Don't cut the card, right? To be fair, we called the old deck Kiki Chord, and like we only played one Kiki in it, right? Do 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 beep do 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 beep do 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 do. Lotus Cobra was better than Cabal Ritual. Yeah, right. What, it made 6 mana that turn? Oh, right. Was Dees. Was Dees. Also, like, the other thing to Lotus Cobra, in addition to those busted starts that it has, is that Lotus Cobra is a 2-1. Like, this deck has a very real mediocre beats backup plan, and like, a 2-1 is great in the mediocre beats backup plan. This hand needs a fetch land to be great, so I'm gonna keep it. This hand is great if we draw a fetch land. It's kind of mediocre if we don't. So, the Sliver, when you Saheeli the Sliver, you get 2 disenchants. When you Saheeli the Sliver, you get 2 disenchants because the copied Sliver triggers itself and it triggers the original Sliver. So I'm not sure if that's better because it is harder to cast versus Blood Moon. But that's a tilt. And this is, again, like I saw MJ was streaming this deck last night. Don't just play Renegade Rallier on 2 here. I know it feels bad to not use our mana, but playing, you know what else is bad? Playing a 3-2 for 3 mana. Just don't do it. This card is in our deck to ramp us. If we draw a fetch land, this card will accelerate us. My poor bird. Fetch land, please. All right, now am I playing it? I have this Court of Calling, so now I'm gonna play one since we drew a second. Does not feel good. We cast Stony Silence in game 2 and they conceded. Fetch land, fetch land, fetch land. Ding. Bum ba dum ba dum ba da da dum da dum dum da dum da dum. It is currently -1 in Illinois where I am at. -1. Sun Titan's very good in this matchup, so having 2 of them is decent. I'm gonna crack this fetch land. We get kind of punished if we draw exactly another Rallier. I think I want to preserve my health total though. We get a Hallowed Fountain here. So this is the actual reason I fetched. I actually don't want to play Rallier if we draw it this turn. And the reason for that is we actually just don't want to give them a chance to use their mana. because they have cryptic mana up this turn. Because I have this Chord of Calling, I can just like pass the turn here and like end step Chord for a Voice of Resurgence. And this is one of the reasons why Chord of Calling is great. It's because it lets you time your plays a little bit better against these decks with counterspells on them. Now they're on like sweeper or bust, right? Do they even want to play this Renegade Rallier out? Yeah, I probably do. Nah, putting Voice of Resurgence into play is better against a sweeper, and it's similar to naming Cryptic Command. They don't want to cast a Cryptic Command while I have Voice of Resurgence in play. The opponent gonna play 2 spells in response to this and flip their Azcanta? I think they're getting into the we're Cryptic tap drawing your team and giving you an elemental token range here, which is always a great spot for us to be. This feels like a mistake. If they're Cryptic tap drawing my team here, they probably want to crack this for an island, right? So that way they get to keep their scries. And if they hit a Verdict here, which they could have, we just get to go Sun Titan, crack my fetch, bring back Renegade Rally, or bring back Voice. Yep. And there's no reason for me to play the Sun Titan out, I don't think. Because they're out to sweeper anyways, right? So like there's no reason for me to play more things into a sweeper that don't leave things behind. What's up, oldest son? I don't know what that means. You want your tablet? You want your tablet? All right, let me tell your mommy. You want your tablet too? Yeah. That's a good draw. That draw can kill my opponent through these Cryptic Commands. So they're going to be dead in 2 to her just plussing. Down to 1. Yeah, you could use Wooded Foothills. You won't be able to fetch Hallowed Fountain with them. You can fetch Sacred Foundry instead. We're a little bit more blue heavy than red heavy, so it is slightly worse, but it's not that much worse that's going to affect a lot of your games, I don't think. Alright, so Birds out. Unified Wills and Godak Teagues in. If I can grab these cards. Obstinate Baloth in. Glenn in. Avalanche Riders in. Sigarda in. We cut a pair of Evolutions, we cut a Reflector Mage, we cut a Meddling Mage. God, that's so clean. Almost like someone thought about this sideboard when they built it. Hey, children are not allowed to play with outlets. Mom has your tablets upstairs. Go get your tablets upstairs. If you go upstairs, Mom will give you your tablets. Sometimes all of our cards don't line up right. I think this matchup's good for us on average, but opponent definitely has draws that that allow them to win. Yeah, Sliver's better with Saheeli. It's harder to cast under Blood Moon, but it's better with Saheeli. I'm unsure if Sliver is better or worse than... It's a reason for playing Baloth over the Bird. So opponent definitely, they don't have sweepers game 1, but so Birds, you want to ask yourself, what does Birds of Paradise do in a matchup like this? What Birds of Paradise does is it lets us go faster, right? Like that's what Birds of Paradise does in general. And we aren't interested in going faster in a matchup like this. These games, we're winning when they're going long. So we want to be able to grind a little bit better, and drawing a Birds of Paradise when we're trying to grind is super miserable. Cobra's a good draw. We can go Cobra into Rallier next turn. I mean, like, there's always something, right? 20 years ago, they said TV was terrible for children and they shouldn't watch it. When I was growing up, they told me I shouldn't play on the computer because it would result in me being a terrible person. You know, it's just like, what's the next thing that's terrible for me that we're gonna do anyways, that we're gonna find out later is fine? Yeah, Cobra's great because in addition to Cobra like making obnoxious amounts of mana for us, it's also just a 2/1 that attacks. Like, more power to the 2/1. More power to the 2-run. They're not, or that's true. I am kind of awful. Try this Cobra again. Getting snap remanded here. Getting mana leak maybe. Huh. None of this is actually really what we're looking for, right? We kind of want another land here. Do I want to get Saheeli? Or do I want a Sun Titan for later? Probably want a Sun Titan for later. I'm going to play this land and hope to draw a land next turn. We do kind of have to worry about getting burned out here from the Celestial Colonnade and the Snapcaster Beats. Probably has a removal spell here. Yeah, that sucks. Really wanted the Rallier there. Missing a land drop this turn's gonna hurt. We had 2 Oath of Vistas and still missed our land drop. Not a whole lot we can do about that. Deal. They're down to 1 card in hand. We're probably taking 6 this turn though, which kind of sucks. Nope. Deal. My shoe. Getting Cryptic commanded? Nope. Sweet. Well, that takes care of that problem. Excuse me, sorry. The tail end of a cold. Hopefully they offer this trade. Would love to snap this off. Still, yeah, I don't think we're paying the Echo this turn. too much else to do. That kind of sucks. This is a little greedy, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I feel like we're far enough behind that I need to just like hope for the best here. Pretty good for us. I'm killing my Cobra in response here. Maybe I should have just got back voice. Yeah, I probably should have just got back voice. Well, I guess this sets me up for Sun Titan next turn. Yeah, like this game, I wouldn't have been able to cast Fulminator Mage there. This is a pretty easy block here, I think. So here, I think I want to save this fetch land to use my Renegade Rallier this turn. God, Unified Will is a great draw. If we can get on board. Guess I should prefix that with if we can get on board. Let me get voice back here. Now we're actually kind of sitting pretty, right? Do I want to just go get Thragtusk here? Yeah, I think I want to just go get Thragtusk. Yep, I'm okay with that. Deal. They don't get to use this, they give us a thing. I mean, Thragtusk means we can't get burned out and it's better against a sweeper. No, I don't think so. I feel like they need to pretty much be using their mana to interact with our board every turn here. This kind of sucks, because this, we actually don't have another basic since I fetched to conserve my health total here. They also only have one card in their hand right now, though, so if that doesn't counter Sun Titan, we're going to be in a great spot. I think I just want to get Oath of Nissa here. Renegade Rallier doesn't get anything else back. I'm going to do this. Again, just like every decision we make, we want to just get incremental card advantage. Slow and steady. They need a path here real bad. They get a bunch of looks at it though, right? You could have a Wrath here too, which would be good for them. No Wrath. Alright, so I'm gonna lead on voice. This will allow us to make informed decisions for the rest of our turn. Wow, they just let that resolve. Okay. Oath of Nissa. I feel like they should have dug for path on their turn. So I get to attack with these. I trigger my Sun Titan. My Sun Titan's gonna get back Renegade Rallier. Renegade Rallier is going to get back Oath of Nissa. I'll draw another card here. Yeah, the legend roll with Oath of Nissa on the Rallier is just insane. Very, very good for us. Just Glenalendra. Probably Glenalendra. We're not playing her this turn, we'll play her next turn. Taking that hit is weird. It's strange to me. Just didn't activate Azcanta. Weird. Weird. All right, rally back to 2-2 after some bad beats in the first couple. Sun Titan is very good. I think even if my opponent had played that optimally, we were going to be in a pretty good spot. He definitely gave up some percentage points there. Yeah, right, JW. It's fine. Exciting, but fine. I'm gonna preserve my health total in the dark, I think. Especially with this Horizon Canopy in my hand. Alright, this matchup's probably real bad. Oh, and I used my fetch land on one. Immediately got punished. Fetch land. Wow, just getting dumpstered here. Yeah, I should have hedged against that and just played the canopy on one. We have 4 ralliers in our deck. I should optimize for that. The Valakut matchup's usually pretty hard for decks like this. Alright, so we drew a fetch land because we're professional. And we are going to get Acidic Slime next turn, which is nice. Would you say your storm? I don't understand. I think you typoed something there. I'm not sure I understand what you're asking, D-Mills. Yeah, Glenn's fine. We have some tools. I think even with those tools, we're still a dog here. I'm gonna mute myself here and try and blow my nose again. Not helping, but we'll try. You're a turd. Hey! Hey! No. It is not for toddlers. Toddler brat. Outlets are not toys, Declan. Saheeli's Dece. Saheeli's Dece. Is this lethal, actually? Is this lethal? I haven't counted. So I play this. 3 for Saheeli. We're one short, right? We're 1 mana short of lethal here. Because she costs 3, and then she can make a token. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4. No, wait, the Rallier. No, because she makes a Renegade Rallier, which makes a mana. God, this deck is so great. Remember that time I didn't crack this fetch land? Remember that time I didn't crack this fetch land? So this Saheeli makes 2 mana. Yep, this Saheeli makes 2 mana. God, Hogland is so smart and thin, and this is why I think this deck really has legs, because even in your bad matchups like this, you can just be like, ha, combo you nerd. Like, are we sure? Nope, nope, actually exactly did you. Hey, playing any Hex today, Ryvik with the 18-month resubscription. Thank you, and welcome back. We're gonna do Hex all day tomorrow, Ryvik. So today's gonna be Magic. My ladder spot for Hex is firmly locked, so tomorrow we're gonna dive in with a bunch more Hex. Alright, Glenelendra, Avalanche Riders, Unified Will. I think Teaglesworth is probably worth bringing in. This is not a Sun Titan matchup. It's not a Thragtusk matchup. It's not a Reflector Mage matchup. Yeah, the chords seem pretty good, right? Chords seem decent. Is this a Teague matchup? How do we feel about Teague in this matchup? I feel like this might not be a Teague matchup. I think Sigarda is garbage. She says gain 6. No, this deck, the opponent's deck always overkills us. I think this is just not a Teague matchup. Hey, Toddler Fight Club, no. That include Bogart? Yeah, we're gonna meme tomorrow. I cut the Summoner's Pact and I cut the Sigarda to the board for 2 Court of Callings, is what I did. That is true, but I think that's just not good enough, if we're just being honest. They have Colony Heart Expedition. They probably have Prismatic Omen. I could see Harmonic Sliver being a consideration. What are we cutting is the question. I feel like all of the cards that are in my deck right now are cards that I want. So I think I just want to click submit. I think Teague and Sliver could both be reasonable, but I also feel like I'm just happy with all the cards that are in my deck. So like, again, if you want to get Teague or Sliver into our deck here in the next 40 seconds, make an argument in chat of which cards in my deck are worse than Teague or Sliver. The opponent's deck might not even have Scapeshift in it. It might not even have Scapeshift in it, and even then, they don't kill with Scapeshift much of the time. Oh, I guess Voice isn't great. Yeah, okay, I'd buy that for $1. Alright, deal. Thank you. Thank you. Good on you, chat. Look at that. That's how you have... Declan Scott! Sorry about that. 2-year-old being a 2-year-old, it happens. There's just breeding pool here. We have outlet protectors. He likes to try and pull them off. That was actually, he just ran up to my desk and tried to pull my monitor off the desk, which was very bad. Right, actually, speaking of, You've been sitting all morning. Hey, Dark Rider 33 with the brand new Twitch Prime. Thank you very much and welcome. By that I mean continue. It does actually. All right, so here's a question. Do I want to just play... No, I don't want to play Teague this turn. I probably want to play Cobra. Yeah, I definitely want to play Cobra. And then next turn we can do Railier into Avalanche Rider. Get bolted here. That's fine. We still get to Railier next turn. We could be dead very soon. And I feel like I just get to be kind of aggressive with these here, because, like, if my opponent kills us by a little, they're usually killing us by a lot. Do I want to get this Lotus Cobra back? I don't think I do. I feel like they probably have sweepers in their deck, so I want to just, like, get the guaranteed mana. Yep. Yeah, when they can't move, it's really adorable. And then they start walking, and then they learn to open doors, and then they run, and all sorts of terrible things happen to you. Again, we're holding this fetch line in case we draw another Railier. That's a pretty good draw. Do I just play Godok Teague now? I feel like I just want to play Godok Teague now, right? If they have Valakut naturally, I'm going to be sad. I think I'm obligated to do this. Do they not have another land? Wow, that's good for us. Play this. Since I drew another one of those, I'm just going to go ahead and fetch so I don't take damage off this Horizon Canopy. Rebel Plains. Beep, beep. All right. We can play another Teague to trigger a Volt. That is true. It is a legal play. Do you have another sweeper opponent? You do. Sad. Alright, because I have this Horizon Canopy, I'm actually going to go ahead and crack this fetch at end of turn, because getting a Hollowed Fountain here is good in the event we draw Glenelendra. So I can do this. I could Felidar, untap a land, Renegade Railier back my Godok Teague. How do you feel about that? I kind of like that. I also kind of like holding Felidar to blink this Oath of Nissa. I think I'm going to draw with this. Forest. Okay. So I can do this. You can play Renegade Railier here, get back this Horizon Canopy. The Godok Teague. And now next turn, we can go blink Oath of Nissa, find Saheeli, kill you. They're not playing lands. They might have more interaction in their hand, but if they don't, they're dead. Nope, they're dead. God, this deck is gas. Just like the hottest fire gasoline. We hit some bad beats in the first couple of rounds there, but man, that was we've played this deck in 3 leagues. We went 5-0, 5-0, and that was a 3-2. Alright, so I'm so torn because like there's cards I want to try, but I just like kind of like all of the cards that we're playing right now. So it's like what am I really cutting to get in these other things? Yeah, I probably want to get some tireless trackers into the 75. How do we feel about the Court of Callings, chat? What do we feel about? I think I kind of like these, right? I think I kind of like these Court of Callings. Eidolon is great. This card is very good against Storm. I don't want to cut this card. Okay, let's talk about my untouchables. I think these are untouchable. I think one of these is untouchable. I think this is untouchable. I think this is untouchable. I think these are untouchable. Honestly, we probably don't need this Kataki. Hey, SPQR with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you, and welcome. I do appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support my content here. I feel like we have a lot of tools, especially if I'm going to play like 2 Harmonic Slivers or 2 Rex Sages. I feel like I don't need this Kataki. Is that crazy? Is it crazy to say I can cut this? No, so the reason why Stony Silence is very good is Stony Silence is good against Tron, and Tron can be a hard matchup for this. Yeah, I feel like I have a lot of hate for the artifact decks, and like Teague's actually a hate card for Lantern these days. Yeah, I think the Sigarda could probably go away. I think like with these Unified Wells and some of the other cards we have for Storm now, I probably don't need this Sigarda. Sigarda could probably go away. This Kataki could probably go away. I don't... Is it nuts to trim a Saheeli? I feel like it's nuts to trim a Saheeli. Just like so many of these games, it's just like rip to Saheeli, especially with these oaths. Yeah, I think I just want to be an adult and keep all of my 4-ofs. I think I am pretty confident that all of my 4-ofs are great. I think I am pretty confident that being an adult and keeping all of my 4-ofs is wonderful. Yes, that's yeah, I think so. I think all my 4-ofs are untouchable. So let's put my 4-ofs over here. These are my 4-ofs. My 4-ofs are amazing. Do not touch them. Yeah, maybe we just need to be more liberal. Like in the attrition matchups, we board down a Saheeli. I think that's probably more reasonable. Just like we board out an evolution or 2 in the attrition matchups, I just want to board down Saheeli in the attrition matchups. So maybe these extra slots in the board, if I want things for the attrition matchup to board out, maybe these are our tireless trackers here. Are these our tireless trackers? I don't hate that. I think if I wanted, I love the main deck slime. I like that main deck slime is a split land and enchantment hate card. I think with Eldritch Evolution, it's fine. I really like Sun Titan. I might have an over attachment to this Sun Titan, but I really like the Sun Titan. And also, okay, so people that don't understand the Sun Titan too, so what Sun Titan does, Sun Titan's a combo piece in this deck. Sun Titan with 2 Saheelis makes infinite Sun Titans, which is kind of great. Sun Titan's been very good. Yeah, this deck doesn't have a lot of things to get back with Lark. I think Lark is worse than just playing more Titans. I think I like this. I think I'm pretty happy with this main deck. I think these 5 bullets cover a good variety of matchups that we need to be winning. So the problem with Saheeli in attrition matchups is attrition matchups often have empty boards, and Saheeli requires a creature in play to generate value. Why no Legacy Challenge? Because I wanted to stream instead. Christy wants to do New Year's Eve stuff tonight, so I'm streaming this morning instead of tonight. Normally I stream on Sunday nights. Yeah, I think I like this. I'm gonna take Swap Reflector Mage for Tireless Tracker. I mean, I don't think so. I think we're kind of favored against the attrition decks anyways because of how much value we tend to generate with Voice and Renegade Rallier, and I think I'd rather hedge being able to take random creatures off the board with Reflector Mage. I think Reflector Mage is very good. People keep talking about Reflector Mage being bad, and that hasn't been my feelings on this card at all. I think this card is overperformed, if anything. Saheeli plus Reflector Mage allows you to generate large amounts of tempo a lot of the time. We don't have any graveyard hate in R75. I think my plan for graveyard decks is to kill them faster. Just like take the pedal and push it all the way to the floor and combo them. I think Scooz is awkward. We just don't make enough mana. I don't think this is a Path to Exile deck. All right, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna run the same main deck back and then play some Tireless Trackers on the board. Yeah, we 5-0'd the 2 leagues before this one. I guess I wouldn't hate one tracker in the main, but like I just don't have a cut. All the numbers here are so clean, and like I don't think tracker's better than any of these cards. Alright, let's head back on in. Once more onto the breach, my children. This hand's real awkward, right? Because these lands don't cast Lotus Cobra. So, like, this is a hand that has lands and spells. Huh. I guess I get to go green source off of this, Lotus Cobra on 2, play a land, make an extra green for Eternal Witness back my fetch land, and then Rallier back my fetch land. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. This might be a mulligan. Hey, new HJ with the brand new $4.99 a month subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. I really do appreciate that. We're gonna lead on this, just in case we had a different green source. Affinity. Seems probably not stellar against Affinity. We cut the Kataki. How long? Instant regret, cut the Kataki? Apologies for the cough, snorts, and sniffles. We're mid cold season here. Zero to regret in one turn. Have you thought about, like, I know, right? No trades here. What's your follow-up? It's pretty good. So play this. Play this. Always yes. Always yes. Always yield. We do not have a Staticaster in our main deck, unfortunately. Staticaster is in our sideboard, which kinda sucks. Yeah, they're dead to Saheeli. Depends on what their last card is. You have a Gallop Blast, right? We're taking 4 here. It's 5. I'm gonna trade my Witness for this Mem Knight. That's pretty good. It's like a bunch of redraws. Okay. Your last card, Galvanic Blaster, Counterspell. Look at all this mana. Is this good or is this great? This is important to note. This token has a mana cost, so we get to evolve this into Felidar Guardian. No, I think 22 lands is correct. I think I would play a 3rd Horizon Canopy before I cut a land from the deck. I think that's what you want to do. They have the Elf Blast. Yep, that's unfortunate. Alright, we tried. Are we dead? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, exactly dead because I fetched one too many times. I shouldn't have fetched that extra time when he got another draw. That's what's on top of our deck. That wouldn't have saved us, right? Right. Reflector Mage is fine. Titan is slow. Dark Tusk is fine for getting us out of range of stuff. Voice is a little medium. Do that. I think I'm gonna do that. Wall of Omens is really bad in Modern right now. A lot of the decks that are attacking you don't have ground pounders, so it's like doesn't have a meaningful text box. No, I don't think so. I think Riders is pretty narrow. It's fine. Turn to Steadcaster. We do have to fetch shock to play the Steadcaster, but like, that's fine, right? Hey, F Gator with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and welcome. I do appreciate that. I'm just gonna play this and pass here. Unstep the Steadcaster. Yeah, I think the flying is relevant on the Birds of Paradise. I also think making red mana is very good for us. This is great. They can, even if they wanted to save this with this, they can't, because we just get to untap and do it again. Get blue mana here, probably. Hallowed Fountain. I don't understand the people that look at my deck that has 30 mana sources in it and want to add more mana creatures to it. I don't get it. You obviously haven't played the deck. I don't like, can you explain to me, because like, this is a really common thing, so maybe there's something I just like don't get, but like, what about this deck that you look at it and you see me play it and you go, what problem are we having that you think having more mana in my deck fixes? I don't understand wanting to put more mana into my deck that is all mana. I don't get it. I'm really struggling because so many people are trying to do that. And can anyone that wants to put more mana dorks in this deck explain to me why we want more mana? If anything, I think we might have too much mana as is, and I should cut a land for another Horizon Canopy just so we can cycle our lands when we flood a little bit. This is probably cranial plating, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why not just play more creatures? Like, you're cutting creatures for these mana creatures, right? Like, I'm not sure. Probably a fetch land. Probably a fetch land's probably like the third Flooded Strand. They don't have any red mana, so I'm not sure I really care about naming Galvanic Blast at this current point in time. Kind of just have a lot of do nothing so far this draw, which is unfortunate. Ravager does let them play a little bit through Steadcaster, so that's meaningful. I accept that maybe we should have named Steadcaster with, or Ravager with this. Am I supposed to crack this since I have another fetch land in my hand? Probably. Yeah, Harmonic Sliver would be pretty good here. I think I'd rather play Tireless Tracker, which we have 2 copies of in our sideboard. I think Courser's basically just been made mostly obsolete by the fact that Tireless Tracker is now a card. I mean, them doing nothing is great for us. All right, how much mana do I have? Probably just a pass. Do I just try and combo them here? How do we feel about trying to combo them here? They like already played their mana. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and combo them. Yeah, I agree. They're definitely good together, but again, you just like, I think the matchups for those cards are already good for us. So like, why do I want to play a bunch of cards to help matchups that are already fine? Like again, when you make changes to a deck, you want to ask yourself like, what problem am I solving that my deck has? And if the answer to that question, and if you can't answer that question, then you probably don't want to make the changes you're thinking about making. I was thinking about getting a Harmonic Sliver here, but honestly, unless they have Dismember, I kind of just want to dig for a Saheeli. I'm gonna go ahead and fetch here in response to this, just so I thin my deck a little bit here. Yeah, the chords do make Kiki more appealing. I don't know, I just hate drawing Kiki Jiki. If you've ever look, as someone who's probably drawn more uncastable Kiki Jikis than a majority of the people in this chat, it feels really bad. Like, drawing uncastable Kiki Jikis is pretty miserable. Pretty miserable. Alright, so what are we doing here? Casting this Harmonic Sliver? Are we casting this Harmonic Sliver? Survey says what? Kiki would be castable on this board. Rally only gets back things that cost 2 or less. We can't do that. So do I want to witness back the chord? So if I cast this of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 6. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do Harmonic Sliver. Maybe I should actually get my chord back first here, maybe. So now I do this. Back Chord of Calling past the turn. Opponent doesn't want to play Magic anymore. Okay. Alright. Chord's a good Magic card. I think I'm pretty happy with how we boarded. Maybe this Glen is great. It, like, blocks twice. It counters some spells we care about. Can anyone make an argument for a card that's worse in my deck than Glen? These Voice of Resurgences are pretty anemic, right? Is that okay? I think that's okay. That's interesting. Pride Mage gets back with Rallier. Tilt Scoop with 3 Platings in hand. That's true. That's true. Meddling Mage is kind of anemic. Oh, is this hand keepable? Hey, obvious trolls like to troll with the cheer. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for the bits. Yeah, voice is pretty bad versus Affinity. This feels like a trap. Whenever I feel like a hand's kind of a trap like this, I think to myself, like, do I have something like Stony Silence in my deck that I really want to draw? And I do, so I'm going to mulligan. Yeah, seems okay. Got Oath of Nissa. This could be literally anything. Just scry here. It does kind of suck that Oath can't find Stony. Am I in the market for a third land? I'm going to bottom this because I feel like good chance that this Oath finds me a third land or one of my 2 draw steps does. I mean, we can play Acidic Slime on turn 3 with the Lotus Cobra. Evolution isn't terrible. Watch me brick on a land. Oh, God bless. How greedy is it to take the Static Caster? How greedy is it to take the Static Caster? How greedy is it to take the Static Caster? How greedy is it to take the Static Caster? I feel like it's like medium greed. I've got another Oath of Nissa here. Hey, greed is good. Thank you for the cheer. I appreciate it. Look at that. Someone that's been here before. You know how this works. Jacob with the bits. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Welcome, folks. Welcome to everyone hanging out here today. New Year's Eve. Yeah, this is kind of scary. And like, if I would have played the Cobra on 2 instead of needing to get another land with this Oath of Nissa, maybe I should have just played the Cobra on 2 regardless. I could see that being correct. I could play this turn. Alright, so what am I doing here? We're playing this, we're playing a 3-mana card. I can't review games after the fact because Magic Online is fucked up. That's the actual reason. Magic Online replays are bugged with cards that ask you to name cards. Would Glenn be better as a voice here? Yeah, probably. We can do that. Yeah, that's the line. Yeah, I think that's the line. Holy Diva. Go get Harmonic Sliver. And then Saheeli our Harmonic Sliver next turn. This needs to be red, doesn't it? God, I'm gonna take so much damage here. Did that need to be red? That maybe didn't need to be red. No, I think setting up the kill is really greedy. Although I guess if they have Galvanic Blast, this line's kind of soft to Galvanic Blast as well. That's true. Okay. Huh. Maybe setting up the kill was better, because both lines are soft to Galvanic Blast. I could see that. I could see that being correct. Because this line, they get to just Galv Blast my Harmonic Sliver if I go to Saheeli it. Some amount of damage here. Blinkbot Texas is pretty good against this line too. I'm not sure I agree with that. I feel like we're kind of in a shit spot regardless of if they have Blast here, so like I should have just maybe gone for it. Yeah, I think I should have just gone for it. Because what, I'm taking this hit here for 7 down to 5. Actually, I probably shouldn't have shocked is probably part of what should have happened here. We're gonna be just dead, right? I think we're just dead. Yeah, I think I messed this up. Taking the Staticaster was wrong. Taking the Staticaster was wrong. I should have... This is why Harmonic Sliver is slightly better than Reclamation Sage for reference. I get 2 triggers here. But I think ultimately the turn that I messed up is we took the Staticaster that ultimately ended up not doing anything. And then I could have just taken the Horizon Canopy, and then I would have had like turn 3 Acidic Slime or turn 3 like big play, and then I wouldn't be this far behind, and I'd have 1 more land, so like I could play the Oath of Nissa this turn. We are dead to Galvanic Blast here. No, we're just dead, right? They get to like sack, put this to 5 and then kill us. Yeah, we're dead to the right line here. We technically haven't played a land for the turn, so they might be conservative, but I'd just try and kill me here. Yeah. Make a game's opponent. Yeah, I think we should have... I think I definitely made a mistake taking the Staticaster on 2 or on 1, and then I compounded my mistake by not trying to make them have the Galvanic Blast / Counterspell to force through lethal that turn. So once I messed up by... Although I guess we would have been forced to chump block, right? I would have died to the Cranial Plating. So we were kind of screwed either way. So yeah, so I should have just taken the guaranteed land on 1, and then like played my Lotus Cobra on 2, and then Acidic Slimed them and like just generated value on 3+. No, I don't think that's true. I think like trying to find like specifics like this is always true or never true is just like a TCG player fallacy. You should shy away from that because there's so many variables that go into the games that you play that you can't just say Staticaster's always bad on the draw. It's just like, that's not true. I think in that specific instance, because it choked up our mana with the decision I made, it wasn't worth taking. But if I had a third land, taking that there was fine. Like, there's no reason to, like, make this, like, ultimatum statement other than just to, like, try and feel smart or be a dick. It's okay. It's okay. We definitely messed up, but I don't think we messed up because Staticaster is always bad on the draw. I think that's very incorrect. All right. Oh, you know what? It's probably very possible that I should have fetched a basic here, just in case they're a Blood Moon deck. Turn 3, Stone Rain you. Alright, not a Blood Moon deck. Kind of blue-white control deck. Smells like Teen Spirit. Where's a Saheeli Ray when you need one? Where's a Saheeli Ray? 2 draws at Saheeli to kill their other land tier. Land. Alright. That's the redraw at Saheeli Ray. Come on. Come on! Tilt. The farmland wasn't in play when we targeted. Hey, Grapple with the Twitch Prime. That's a familiar username. Welcome back. I know it says it's new there, but I know you've subbed before. Thanks for sending your Amazon fun money this way this month. I do appreciate it. I have no idea. Don't ask me how to pronounce magic cards. it's probably easier to assume that what I'm saying is wrong. Probably not a terrible assumption. Well, you know, this is a good example of why we're going to board out Birds of Paradise in this matchup, because you flood out slightly less often when you don't have Birds of Paradise. We have to flip this and then bury us. And again, like, this is a good example of why, like, I think the people that want to add Noble Hierarchs into this deck are kind of crazy. Like, there's plenty of games like this where we flood out as is. Like, our deck has a lot of mana sources in it, right? So, like, attack you with Slime. They're gonna activate this at end of turn. In response to them activating this, we're gonna chord for Felidar Guardian and blink my Acidic Slime and destroy their Azcanta. I should probably let them resolve it, so that way they resolve it thinking their Azcanta's gonna live. So we'll let this resolve, and then still during my end step, I'm gonna chord for Felidar Guardian. I guess they get Path to Exile here. I feel really bad. Supreme Verdict. Huh. Yeah, I think I still just... We'll just do the thing. Just want to take Azcanta off the table. It's our best chance to stay in this game. I could get Sun Titan, but I think I'd rather kill their Azcanta here. I think that's better for us in the long run. The birds having flying is super relevant. I guess they'd be 4 lower here if I had something that was exalted, but really not that big of a deal. Is that good? I feel like that's an okay draw. I feel like that draw is like on the D+ range of draws. I don't have any red cards in my main deck, right? Just Saheeli, and I don't really have any blue cards either. I'll get the red one just in case. Get back voice. Didn't even have to trade a kingdom for it. Ain't that the truth? A Snapcaster. That's sad. Yep. Yep. Man, we've run pretty bad this game. A lot of mana. Hey, Sniper with the Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate it. And again, just like great example, like there was a Birds of Paradise in there, right? Like we bored the birds out in this matchup. There's a reason for that. All right, we're done here. I'm just gonna move on to the next one. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't understand the, like, it's really just very easy. Like, if you're not sure what a magic card does, just, like, put a question mark in the comment when you make it, or just, like, don't make the comment. It's, like, really not that complicated. We said we wanted to board a Saheeli out in these matchups, right? That was the conclusion I came to, I think. 2 evolutions and a Saheeli out, and then Reflector Mage. How does one connect to the Discord? You need to just link your subscribed Twitch account and your discordapp.com account, and it'll pop up automatically for you. Yeah, I think I like this board plan. It's Reflector Mage, 4 birds, 2 evolution, and a Saheeli out. I like this. We've gotten like Saheeli flip. Oh right, we want Harmonic Sliver in this matchup. We do. We definitely want Harmonic Sliver. They have They have detention spheres and stuff like that. Hey, what am I cutting then? Meddling Mage is kind of medium. It's okay on Supreme Verdict, but I'm bringing in Godek Teague. Yeah, we want Sliver for D-Sphere, and they have Spreading Seas, and they have Azcanta, and they'll probably bring in Rest in Peace against us. Through Discord. You go to your Discord user settings and link your Twitch account. Am I nuts to just cut another evolution here? I just want to cut another evolution. Because evolution, people are asking why the, hey, JMD with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I appreciate that. So, Modern, contrary to what people who love Modern will tell you, Modern is a degenerate, non-interactive format a large portion of the time when you're playing against a lot of the top tier decks. Eldritch Evolution allows us to go much faster than Court of Calling. In a different universe, where Modern is a more fair format, I would 10 out of 10 favor playing Court of Calling over playing Eldritch Evolution, because Eldritch Evolution sacrifices card advantage for the sake of speed. Modern as a whole wants you to go fast though. So making that sacrifice makes sense. All right, so what am I doing here? I'm holding this because we could rip a Renegade Rallier. That's why, so we take a little bit more damage, but like, opponent's not really pressuring our health total. Do I agree that Death Shadow is uninteractive / degenerate? I don't know if I would use the term degenerate to describe Death Shadow, but I think anyone that tells you Death Shadow is like a mid-range or grindy deck is wrong. I think Death Shadow is very good because it is a tempo aggro deck. It Teamer battle rages and kills people on the 3rd turn of the game. And am I getting spell snared again? Opt, deal. Harmonic Sliver stacks. So when you Saheeli Ray Harmonic Sliver, you get 2 naturalizes. I think Magus of the Moon is hot garbage. I think the decks that you want Magus of the Moon against are like Valakut, and they're red anyways. So like, why do I want a Magus of the Moon against a deck full of lightning bolts and stuff like that? I'd much rather have a counter spell or a Godek Teague or a Meddling Mage than a Magus of the Moon. Magus of the Moon is not good against Tron. Repeat after me. Magus of the Moon is not good against Tron. Tron has a bunch of eggs. They can fetch their basics with expedition maps. They can just naturally cast their spells. It's not a good scene. Is it nuts to take the Harmonic Sliver here? Yeah, I should just take the Witness. Harmonic Sliver's like okay if they like D-Sphere my voice next turn, but like if they D-Sphere my voice, I could just Witness back a voice. Seems fine. Oust! Woo! That's a magic card. Okay. Cooking with gas there, opponent. I like it. I like it. All right, so now we're gonna fetch that away since we drew this Renegade Rallier. That's a spicy meat the ball. We're a breeding pool here. Ooh, you know what? I probably should have fetched Hollowed Fountain, right? Because I'm gonna crack this at some point. Grab this Voice of Resurgence. I was just thinking I kind of want another land. And then we were gifted another land. I'm gonna fetch Shock here. Go ahead and grab a Sacred Foundry. I'm gonna go ahead and play this Saheeli and copy this Renegade Rallier. God, how bad does this feel, opponent? It's like, we're probably getting Supreme Verdicted, right? Oh, buddy! Woo! Welcome to Thunderdome. Get him! Get him! Giddy up! Giddy up, doggy! Giddy up! All right, I think I'm happy with how we boarded. Yeah, all right, let's run it back. Yeehaw! You need more water? I'll be right back. Water run. You're such a ham. Isn't he cute? Adorable. What's this hand do? It's pretty good. Needs another land or two. Probably finds us a land. Oh. What's my opinion on standard? I just don't enjoy playing with the energy decks. It's just been the best deck for too long. I enjoy playing standard because the format's supposed to rotate and be different, and the current standard format has been what it's been for a very long time. So it's just like not doing what I want standard to do. You want some pretzels? Here's your bowl. No. Get your bowl if you want some pretzels. No. Okay, drawing lands like a professional here. I would just play 4 birds. I would just play 4 birds like I'm doing. What would you play? I would play what I'm playing now. Need a breeding pool here. Depending on what we draw here, unless we draw Renegade Rallier, we're probably going to witness, grab a fetch land. If we draw Lotus Cobra, we'll play Lotus Cobra. You want a fetch shock here? Yeah, they don't really pressure our health total. Just gonna fetch shock. Get a Hallowed Fountain here. We don't actually need red mana for Saheeli right now because we have the Oath of Nissa in play. It's probably gonna get counterspelled. Grab Windswept Teeth back to my hand here. This is my 2-1. My 2-1's amazing. Opting on their turn. Okay, this is good. They can't Cryptic Command us next turn. Bottom. Are they gonna miss a land drop again? They did miss a land drop again. That's so good for us. So I'm gonna play Tireless Tracker here. Well, that feels really good. This card's great. This card's more than good. It's great. No, I think Unified Will is the card you want. Unified Will is much better against the big mana decks. The matches where you want the counter spells in your creature decks, they don't have creatures. It's basically the TLDR of what it comes down to. Well, now I think we're just like giving them the business with just these 2 cards, right? Like there's no reason for me to really play into anything here. We're like pathing my Tireless Tracker now. This fetch in response. It is Stomping Ground. It is Basic Forest. I'm gonna go ahead and do this and this, cast this Voice of Resurgence. And then if they counterspell this, we'll Renegade Rallier back into play. If they don't counterspell this, we just get to do whatever we want this turn. You'll grab a basic Planeswalker. I don't think I want to go too much lower with my health total. It kind of sucks fetching basics against the deck with Path to Exile in it, but It's fine. They need to like negate into untap Wrath me, and they've been missing land drops. Like we know they don't have another white source. And like, and if they Wrath me, I get to untap and Sun Titan them and get my Saheeli back, and Saheeli my Sun Titan and get back a voice. Oust me, sure. Ha! These clues trigger revolt, huh? That's kind of funny. Slime them off of white mana. That's interesting. I feel like I don't want to play into a cryptic command here. I could chord for 3. What does that do for me? Get another tireless tracker? How do you feel about passing the turn here and just holding up chord for 3? I think I like that. I think I like that. Like they're choked on mana, so I just want to like keep them choked on mana. I could also just like chord for 2 and put another voice into play. Yeah, this is fine, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna chord for 2 here and get a voice. No, I want to convoke with these creatures. And this is like the awkward thing about chord, like this screams I have a Chord of Calling, right? But like, that's fine, what are you gonna do about it? Disdainful Stroke, okay. Have another one? Logic not? Okay. Maybe this is greedy. Maybe I shouldn't have jammed. I don't know. We've got a lot of things, right? And like the second Titan felt like this is my window to jam. It felt like that was what I wanted to do. I don't know, that's close. It's real close. Alright. Play voice here since we hit this fetch land. I'll draw a card, yep. So now I get to play this fetch land. I get to crack this fetch land. And then I get to... I'm just going to shock myself here, actually, so I can crack this clue this turn cycle as well. So now I get to Renegade Rally or this voice back into play. Then in 3 to this, but they're going to die to our stuff way before then. Yeah, they often have Rest in Peace post-board too, Burgle. And Rest in Peace is very good against us. I'm actually, I boarded in for Rest in Peace more than anything. Like, the fact that it hits other things in their deck is like a happy accident, but I really have to take Rest in Peace off the table to be able to grind them out. So I think it's worthwhile to have Sliver in my deck for that purpose. There's like almost every card we play demands 2 to 3 cards out of them. Yeah, I just can't keep up. Sliver, this is a matchup where Sliver is worse than Reclamation Sage on average, I think. Just because like Reclamation Sage being a 2-1 is pretty relevant in these control matchups. While we're waiting for the next match to pop, I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, good night, happy new year to everyone wherever you're at in the world. We just hit 1,000 concurrent viewers. Welcome to everyone. I appreciate you choosing to spend part of your new year here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a TCG player and content producer. We're hanging out playing some Cobra Saheeli here in Modern. If you're enjoying this deck, you can read more about it on my article on gatheringmagic.com. If you're enjoying the stream, please make sure you hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see, please consider subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. Those both help support myself financially so I can spend more time producing content like this and less time doing other things. We've been streaming for about 4.5 hours so far today, and if you didn't catch all of the Cobra action, be sure to check out my YouTube channel, which is linked in the stream information below. It's just youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. All of my videos get archived there, so there's a couple other league run-throughs with this deck on there as well as we've been tuning and playing with it. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you could save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you could save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. They do custom playmats, binders, all sorts of different stuff. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artworks that they have on their website. And finally, SpareDeck.com, they offer kind of a unique service. They will rent you any physical, standard, or modern deck. Let's say you want to kick the tires on something like this sweet Cobra Saheeli list, but you don't own all of these cards. You can rent it for a weekend or up to an entire month there with them. Catch up on some chat here. Is Jeff playing Modern with his own money? No, this was actually a donation list, but I'm getting close. I like this deck a lot. The more I thought about Thalia's Lancers, the less I like it. I just like, we're not super combo focused, right? Like the combos like this Happy Accident. I feel like if you want to play a deck that's more combo focused, you should just play something that's not this deck. This hand really needs a third land, but it's pretty good if it finds one. I went against your list last night, and I really enjoy watching you play it. Your article was also well done. It kept me wanting to read. Personally, it's not my playstyle, but seeing how you almost always see the line, it's too appealing to dump the cash to build it because it's so full of gas. Can you update Stream Decker? Yeah, I did. I did, Burgle. I did that. That's exactly a thing that I did. I will update Stream Decker. Fine. We did in fact cut those two cards. We had someone donate last night for 3 leagues with this deck today. It's quite a good draw. Not 100% sure what our opponent's doing here, so I think I'm going to hedge a little bit and fetch some basic lands just in case they're a Blood Moon strategy. Our deck's base 2 colors, so usually we can afford to fetch around Blood Moon a little bit. Looks like Grixis control. Maybe Burkhart's list. Search for Azcanta tells me it's probably something along those lines. So my thing, sure. And they have the turn 2/4/5. God, that's gross. This is a control deck. This is what playable control decks look like in Modern. They have turn 2/4/5s. That's how you make control playable in the format full of degeneracy. You give it a turn 2/4/5. Control. I'm gonna grab Windswept Teeth back. It's our best fetch land since it gets both of our basics. We're not in a terrible spot, but like, you know, Cassinger. Yeah, they're not playing Shadow. Basic Mountain tells us they're probably not playing Shadow. They're likely playing Burkhart's Grixis control deck. One hand, half dozen in the other. I guess if they kill this in response to me fetching, I feel really bad. So yeah, I'm just gonna fetch a tapped land here. This out. Land back into play. Like these are 3/2s that come with lands, which is you know nice. We're looking for that. I wonder if I'm willing to run a double block here. I feel like I am. I feel like running a double block is something I'm interested in. Nope, not gonna have that option. All right. See intent to deduce before combat. I'm not attacking, so I'm gonna run a double block if they offer it. Running a double block on their turn means they don't have mana to Cryptic Command me, which is appealing. Fuck it. Alright. My body is ready to die to Bolt Snap Bolt here. I didn't chump block last turn because I wanted the option to actually a logic, not a 2. I wanted the option to Felidar Guardian my Renegade Rallier. No, I think Cobraing is greedy. I think Cobraing and hoping that works out is really greedy. Again, I'm not going to attack here because I would like to just stack block this after they terminate my Sun Titan. Oh no, yep, this is Snap Bolt. Yeah, I assume we're dead here. We could have Cobra and Titaned, I believe, but we don't if they like terminate our Cobra in response to the fetch line being cracked, so I don't think that's particularly appealing. Remember, your opponent, Cobra's not a mana ability, fetch lines are not mana abilities, your opponent can respond to them. Sure. Are we not dead yet? It's great for me. We know they don't have another bolt, because we'd just die if they had a bolt. Okay, this is gonna be... Oh, they have a spell snare. Oh, dicks. Man, I was gonna evolution that away. Oh, we have Saheeli to cast, right? Do that. I'm gonna bottom that, because again, if they can kill her outside of Dreadboard, they just kill us. That's scary. That's cryptic mana. Need to dodge that. Oh. They 200% have a cryptic command in their hand. Just so everyone understands why I'm not just jamming this Felidar Guardian. Just 200% they have a cryptic command. Negate. Huh. Alright. Alright. Okay, maybe I was too conservative. We are giving them draws to lightning bolts here. God, fuck me. Alright, yeah, maybe we should have just gone for it. I don't know. I feel like playing, like, jamming into Cryptic Command there is fine. Just, like, trying to fade one draw step. Ah, we would have gotten to go voice Felidar. I feel like they have K-Command to stop the combo too. Yeah, I think so. I think what I did was correct. I'm not, like, super excited about the result, but I think what I did was fine. So this is definitely a birds out matchup. Reflector Mage is good here. Evolution's still a little bit medium because of their counter spells. Maybe board Tegan. Yeah, I think what I did was correct with the information that we had. I'm not sure if this is a unified will matchup. I feel like my mana is going to be tied up too much of the time. I feel like I just want this as a thing. I don't think we want Eidolon in this matchup. I don't think that's true. Yeah, I think Hex is great. We're going to play a bunch of Hex tomorrow. So Hex's ladder season rolls over at the end of every even month. So once the ladder rolls over, then I'll lock in my spot and then we'll start grinding for the new season. Yeah, the turn we got the Saheeli, we didn't have enough mana to play her and the Felidar Guardian. We had to tap a land to use the Oath to get the Saheeli. So we were then one short. Someone should tell Muffins that their stream is way behind and they should refresh. Another voice is excellent until they anger us. They probably have 2 angers post-board. The good news is I'm going to answer their questions because, like, past Jeff talked about why playing the Cobra was bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty big fan of making them have it. Like, when they anger us, we just, like, move on with our lives. Or, like, play this Eternal Witness and pick this fetch line back up. Nope, that's great for us. Ding, ding, ding. You're gonna fetch and then play another one? You bolt my other thing? God, that's so good for me. That's so unreasonably good for us. It's actually dead on board. Hey, Equinox with the 8-month free subscription. Happy New Year from Germany. Thanks, bud. I appreciate you coming back. 2/3 of a year. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Am I getting damnationed? What in damnation? Feels like a damnation. Maybe I should have played Teaglesworth. Oh, they're just playing a Delph threat? Okay, sure. That one will be good later. I feel like I'm getting spell stirred. If I get mana leaked, I'm gonna feel bad having let on Teague. We did not board Reflector Mage out, but they showed us negate. So like I don't really love jamming into that. Am I willing to trade a token? Yeah, I think I am. I think cutting them off of fetch lands and making this token lethal after a sweeper is worthwhile here. I think putting another 1 here is a good line. Spell Snare is one of those cards that it's a 2 or it's a 12, right? Like when it's good, it's the best card you can have, and when it's bad, it's just unplayable. Yeah, basically Steric, just in case. But I guess they knew we had the voice, so that's probably a bad line. Saheeli uptick also lethal. Yeah, that's true. So putting them to 1 has a lot of value there. Yeah, I don't think I want these Unified Wills. I don't think I want those. I'm just gonna click submit. I think I'm pretty happy with what we did here. Meddling Mage isn't particularly good in this matchup, actually. Maybe I want 1 more Evolution, 1 less Meddling Mage. I'm gonna do that. I think Evolution for Reflector Mage early is one of our more powerful plays. Seems good, right? Not great, but fine. This is probably the 3rd land that we desperately need. My reasoning behind no wills is that my opponent's control deck often has aggressive draws that decks like Jeskai just don't have. So I just don't want... I think there's going to be plenty of games where I just like can't afford to like have this Unified Will. Basic plane, so we can play Teague next turn without taking damage. Just popping in to save Monk Blood Moon, right? Thought Scour, my opponent's gonna play turn 2 5/5, 4/5, whatever. I'm gonna be very sad when they counterspell my Reflector Mage the following turn. Ooh, that's good for us. Alright, Teaglesworth. Choose you. I choose you, Teagle-chew. They counter or whatever, this guy will play another Teague afterwards. Okay, well now if they jam a Delph threat, we get to Reflector Mage it, which feels pretty good. My body is ready to get Snap Spell Snared. I didn't say I was going to be happy about it, but I said I was ready for it, just so we all understand what's going on here. It's probably just a bolt or a push or a terminate. Dealer's choice, really. Tilt. I think I want to bin that. I guess that's like my play next turn. Maybe that's loose. It's a shame that this wasn't last game where we had the Baloth in our hand. God, running into Cryptic Command feels so fucking bad. Man, imagine if that was a Meddling Mage. A lot better. This feels pretty bad. Static caster. Okay. They definitely have cryptic. Gonna hold that fetch for now. So like to break the cryptic command passing, we like need to generate a double spell turn basically. We're pretty far off of that. The substitute you would suggest. Some other Storm Hate Bear, Thalia, Aethersworn Canonist, an extra idol on of Rhetoric. Thalia's probably best because Thalia's fine against what's the word I'm searching for? Thalia is fine against the control decks in the format. Like Teague doubles as like a card that's good against control. Play one more land here. We'll probably crack this to Rising Canopy next turn. I think I'm going to crack one of these fetch lands too, then that shock land out of my deck. In these Drago type situations where like my opponent, maybe I'm supposed to hold that fetch land to discard actually. Well, I guess I can just discard this Eldritch Revolution at this point. They don't have another creature in there, so they're just thought scouring instead of opting. That's weird. Milled 2 lands off the top of their deck like a professional. Yep. Only basics that can fetch. Am I out of shock lands? I have 5 shocks. There's one more shock in my deck, right? Rising Canopy. There's a Sacred Foundry. Okay, so this can get Sacred Foundry. I'm gonna go get that. If I draw a Rallier, I can crack this, so that'll trigger Revolt. We don't... Dust Dawn actually isn't very good. I get that we have a lot of 2s in the graveyard right now, but in general, we don't have a lot of things that cost 2 or less in this deck. That's a low bar. Grixis control is better than Delver. That's like you should strive for better. You should strive for better than that. Grixis control is better than Delver. Man, that's yeah. Okay, Saheeli Ray, Voice, Renegade Rallier. All of these are eating cryptic commands, right? Hoping for another 2 or 3 drop to play here. That is the literal perfect draw. Literal perfect draw. Because now, when they cryptic this, we get to Renegade Rallier it back. If I could have stacked my deck there, I would have stacked a Renegade Rallier on top of it. Winning Logic Knotted? Just like infinite here? No, if they counter this Voice, we're getting back the Voice. Snap Spell Snare? Sure. I am currently using a standing desk. My standing desk has motors in the legs, so it goes up and down as I need it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just Voice. I'm pretty sure Voice is the best one. Take this straight here. I guess this lets them bolt this and then static caster on the token. So maybe that's loose. Let's them terminate this, then static caster on the token. I think they still have Cryptic and they just wanted to get value out of their Snap Snare there. That being said, if they kill the voice here and clean up the token, I think we're still just jamming Sun Titan because it's like our best out. It's like hoping they don't have it. Because like if they get to sit here, if they have it, even if they have it now, like if they just get to sit there and activate their Azcanta a whole bunch, like we're gonna be really sad. They got their Snapcaster back to their hand. Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna jam the Sun Titan. Oh look. Backup Sun Titan. Yep. So we got pretty lucky with our hit, and now they have Snap Cryptic Command. Just gonna make them use their mana. Negate. Yeah, that negate really sucks for us here because it means they get to activate Azcanta this turn. They were kind of on voice or bust. I think we're past the point of return at this point most likely. Yeah, Static Caster's fine. We have Lotus Cobras and stuff. Like worse players would leave Birds of Paradise in their deck. Yeah, we're pretty dead here. And like, we're just gonna call them. Let's not be rude. Let's be nice. I hate when people tell me that you just can't, when I tell them like I don't enjoy a lot of games of Modern, that like, they're like, well, you just don't enjoy games where you're not winning. It's like, well, that match we lost, but like, we played a good interactive game of Magic, right? Like there was a lot of back and forth there. I don't feel like I had one pulled over on me by losing that match. I feel like we both had a lot of back and forth and we both had good rips on both sides and there was a lot of choices on both sides of the table and like that was a quality match of Magic. Just bought 4 Cobra, do I feel guilty? Nope. What's up, dude? You wanna watch the show? What do you wanna watch?
Dad,
No, Dad's not going upstairs, but I'll let you pick a show. You wanna watch Goes? You wanna watch Wings? Okay. It's fine. It's like not super exciting, but it's fine. It's a 3rd land. Eternal Witness will get us our 4th land, which is nice. Probably fetch a Temple Garden with this. Yeah, probably. I probably need to fetch Shock with these, actually. Okay, Storm. Hand's very bad against Storm. I'm gonna get Stomping Ground into Hallowed Fountains. That way we can cast Saheeli in case we're good enough to naturally draw the combo. I want to watch Paw Patrol. Could you hook me up? Look, I just want everyone in chat to think about the fact that they could be watching Paw Patrol right now, and instead you're here watching me play Magic. It's like question your life choices. Could be watching Paw Patrol. Well, this is interesting. Pick. What do you want to pick? We have a lot of decisions this turn. Discuss. I'm gonna let Declan pick. Go ahead, show me what you want. Which one do you want to watch? There are a lot of choices this turn. You want to watch Goes? No. We could find Meddling Mage, which some of these decks are just cold to game one. We could Reflector Mage, bounce his dude. We could Saheeli and hope to combo them next turn. Yeah, I kind of like Reflector this turn into Saheeli into the following turn. I think Reflector Mage is like the best line. Declan, you need to calm down, dude. There are a lot of Storm decks that are cold to it game one. I agree. A lot of them don't play empty in the main. A lot of them don't play empty in the main. So, do we Meddling Mage this turn? Do we Meddling Mage this turn? I feel like we're supposed to Meddling Mage this turn, right? If they play their thing next turn, we probably die, right? Yeah, there's probably a remand in our future too, which sucks. Attack for 4. That's definitely happening. Hey, Brickhouse with the $4.99 a month subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. Yeah, I think we do sacrifice the Meddling Mage, I agree. You're entitled to your wrong opinion, Talon Hunter. Just disrupt Twin, just disrupt Pod. Which one do you want, Declan? Yep, they're gonna remand us, and then they're gonna untap and kill us. Okay, you want Choso? Assume we're dead. Yeah, maybe Burgle. I don't know. I think if they have an empty, most roads lead to Rome. Well, it's not about ways to deal with Meddling Mage Burgle. It's about whether or not they have Empty the Warrens in their deck. I think Eidolon is bad enough in enough other matchups that I don't want it in my main deck. I think Eidolon is pretty bad. In a lot of matchups, I basically only want it against Storm in this deck. The only reason we boarded an Eidolon against a lot of decks in iterations of Kiki Chord was because Eidolon with Chord of Calling is very good. And I know we have 2 chords now, but I still think it's just probably too slow on average. All right, what else do I got to cut here? I don't know. And that, so like, here's the thing. The result of that game. Nope. Need Staticaster. Save. Submit. We might be playing 61. Please get Staticaster in my deck. Magic Online. Stop lagging. All right. Got another voice here. Nah, they have. Am I cutting a chord? Yeah, a chord's a little slow. All right, I'm gonna do that. The result of that game doesn't determine whether or not our third turn play was wrong. Our third turn play might have been wrong, but the result of that game doesn't make it right or wrong. I might even want to cut a chord for another voice, honestly. Turning voice into hate bears is pretty good. And chord's pretty slow. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna go all in. It, like, Chord's another card that tutors for bears, but, like, maybe Renegade Railer's a little slow. It left us cold and to remand and to kill you with the nuts on 4. I think if my line was Reflector Mage on 3, I should have set up for Saheeli into Felidar. We still would have lost the game with that, but I think my sequence was incorrect. If I was going to go for Meddling Mage, yes, we probably should have just done it on 2 when it was guaranteed to happen. Yeah, I think that's fair, Burgle. I miss the days where the blue-red combo deck in Modern got to be interacted with via removal, because, like, you path the Storm deck and they laugh at you most games, because they're like, alright, I have extra mana now, I'll just kill you a couple turns later. Yeah, Harmonic Sliver destroys an artifact or enchantment when it comes into play. And Harmonic Sliver is marginally better than... It's marginally better than what's it called? Reclamation Sage, because when you Saheeli it, you get 2 of them. When you search up the second one. Is my Magic Online connected? Do I need to reconnect here? It's using 2 gigs of RAM. It's at 0. Alright, we're gonna cut to the sponsor stream and I'm gonna reload Magic Online here. Just in case I'm having a connection issue here. Watch us, like, get reconnected and have no sideboard. Two voices in my board. Yeah, these voices should be in my deck, and Renegade Railer should be in my board, so it did not submit my last set of board changes. Sounds fine. It's got turn 2 Goddic Teak, it's got Reflector Mage, it's got an Evolution for another Hate Bear. Got this to cover another axis. We tried Devout Lightcaster in the sideboard. What problem are you trying to solve by adding Devout Lightcaster to my Magic deck? Explain that to me. That's why I always like to phrase questions like that. It's like, all right, this is a thing you think we need. What problem do we have that adding that card to our deck is going to solve? That's how I like to approach it. So this is, like, obviously a remand, right? So I should just pass here. I should just pass here. It's, like, obviously a remand. That feels really bad. Am I dead? Not quite yet. I'm gonna pitch a Stomping Ground here and play the Staticaster. Just get it in there, because I'm playing the Reflector Mage next turn anyways. And if they want to remand or bolt this or whatever, then the Reflector Mage won't resolve. I'm pretty sure the way they played the game, they have a remand here, and they're gonna remand us, and then we're gonna die. But I think not, they have a thing in play. Maybe it was wrong. Yeah, I think I think my mistake here was I wasn't thinking about Lightning Bolt or Echoing Truth for my Godek Teague, so I should have just jammed the Rallier on 3. I assume we're dead here. Because I wanted to play around Remand Burgle. I chose to play around Remand, and then they had Bolt plus Remand to punish me. We are deterministically dead here. Storm can kill people on turn 2 with a good draw. I'm also not sure why it's legal. It's fine. I mean, like, we had like 3 pieces of interaction that game, and one got bolted, one got remanded, and then they killed us. We didn't have time to play the other one. And again, maybe I'm supposed to like not do that on 2. Really have an opinion on these trackers versus not. The Storm mechanic is just like one of those great Magic mistakes, like Moxes and Simian Spirit Guides. It's fine. They want to leave the deck legal. We have to live with it. It doesn't matter what we think is fair or not. Like, the fact is, it's legal in the format, so we need to have ways to interact with it to the best of our ability. Yeah, I agree, Burgle. I think but believe it or not, this is going to surprise people. I think I liked the Court of Callings. I don't know. Our results were worse, but I also feel like a couple of our losses, we got a little bit of bad beats, so I'm not really upset with the deck list is like, in terms of like the cards we played, pushing things in one direction or the other. What's happening now? That's a good question. We're gonna drop from this. That's definitely happening. I think I might call it a day, actually. We've been going for like 5 hours, and I was hoping to go longer today, but between this cold and just I am beat. So I think I really appreciate everyone hanging out here today. We had an awesome number of people throughout the entire stream today. So we still have one more donation for another Saheeli League in the bank, so I'll probably do that again at some point this week. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day on the stream. Thanks everyone for watching. Remember, if you're one of my Hex viewers, we're gonna do a bunch of Hex tomorrow on New Year's Day, and I will catch all of y'all around then. Peace. We'll be back. Follow on Twitch and Twitter for notifications when we're going live with Magic and with what I always post whenever we're going live with new stuff. See you next year, folks.